right there signifies South Lake city limits. There's Perry's.
Please subscribe show. YouTube Cole Spivey. Yeah, man.
All right, we got pulled around. We're going to Pokeworks, which is located in South Lake. So where it's a sushi place, basically. Well, we found Pokeworks. We're gonna get a Poke Bowl.
Please subscribe show. YouTube. Cole Spivey. That was good. That was real good.
Not a bad deal for sushi. Dealing with like $12.95. The music cut off all of a sudden. That was weird. I remember that song, Bridge Over Troubled Waters. I did a Lanford Wilson play in college called Hollywood Baltimore. And they used that for the final sequencing of the play. Well, this sushi is going out to Flower Mound, which is not a bad place to really work, to be honest. It just can, you sometimes can kind of get pulled out in Irving from Flower Mound. It doesn't happen a lot. I used to only work Flower Mound area. If you see some of my older vlogs when I was in Carrollton. But you have to be a little careful. I should be at a relatively good place in Flower Mound to stay in that area. And then I can always snake around back and then hit the speedway that way. It's a lot of strategy, you know. You get pulled out of Irving. You can, you know, it's up to you if you want to sit there and work Irving all day. That's fine. That's fine too, you know, I guess, in a way. I usually, you know, I mean, I do use strategy, so I'm not downing Irving. I used to live in Irving. I raised a family in Irving. I know a lot about Irving. It's not completely bad. I really don't know how good Irving could be. There is the Los Colinas area, which does take some time. Irving apartment complexes are sometimes complex. You've got building numbers that are a little bit different. I'm not dissing Irving, but if you watch the show, you know I talk a lot about Irving. Now, one thing that people don't realize about Irving is that the Cowboys used to train there. Of course, they moved to Frisco, so they're no longer in Irving. Irving is a very multicultural area, probably in the world. Brings a lot of people in from Nepal, India, things like that. So they have a lot of Indian restaurants, which sometimes take a little bit of time. Now, I'm not dissing Indian food. Indian food is a very delicate thing. It takes a lot of time. But you get my point. Irving's a sensitive area, is all I have to say. I'm not saying one area is better than another. But in a way, it kind of is, and everybody knows it. Strategy is a thing. You're looking for tips, right? Flower Mound, a lot of big houses, a lot of nice people. You know, I'll show you what this one looks like when we get to the next one. I don't want to go on forever about strategy, but Flower Mound, it's not bad. I used to work Flower Mound a lot. Like I said, you can swoop around, hit the famous US 377, and that'll lead you all the way back to Speedway. Or you can skip past US 377 and just hit 35W and head back towards Fort Worth, and of course that'll lead you back to the Speedways too. Obviously, Speedway is kind of central. You got a lot of like Rome drop-offs, things like that. When I mean Rome, I mean Chrome, as in R-H-O-M-E. Which does can be good because as you come out of the Speedway and you get more distance. Because remember, distance is part of the game as well. Anyway, you don't have to take notes or anything. I'm just trying to make a point about some of this kind of stuff is all about point A to point B to point C, which is what they call logistics. It all boils down to logistics in this game. All right, so basically here's the map. You can see Grapevine Mills Mall. I try to pull it over this way, and you can just see where I just passed there. So this is kind of Long Prairie. All that's Flower Mound. That's where we're headed right now. Yeah, the new Volvos are looking a little nice. Almost looks like a Charger from back here. It's an 8 or S90 T5. seen that. It's called Cuffy. It's a nice little doorbell there. It's amazing how doorbells have advanced over time. Tell that we're in Flower Mound right now. You got flowers kind of hanging around different areas. Like a flower on that thing. Anyway, we're headed to Grapevine to pick up some pho, or actually it's pho express. Okay, we got something for you. You got plain Asiago blueberry, cinnamon raisin, chocolate chip, and sesame. Everything is in couplets, but the plain, that's in 3. Add it all up, you get yourself a baker's dozen and fresh and ready, also known as the fresh and ready box. This little area is known as the mall, or as they say, Grapevine Mills Mall. If we look to our left and zoom 3 times, there's pho, also known as Pho Express, as in Pho Express. Pho Express. For press. So you can say Pho Express, Foo Express, or Pho Express. So we're all familiar with this place. It's a little place called Sonic. And I thought it was cool that they were saying that we love it when you push our buttons. I don't know why Mrs. Bear's Bread is in this Sonic parking lot, but I don't know, maybe they're doing like a drop off or something, I don't know. Or so just left the truck there or something. So the Mrs. Bear's Bread slogan is Texas born and Texas bred. Don't forget it. Right, Mrs. Bear's? And if you got the kids and the wifey poo, don't forget about the Great Wolf Lodge. And if you're good at, howling, the Great Wolf Lodge is hiring. Well, we're going to Grapevine Mills, and it looks like, don't worry, the mall is covered because it's a Simon Center. We'll be walking around. Looks like the mall's a real big fan of football. And that was known as the Rainforest Cafe at Grapevine Mills. Oh, it's like a pretty cool store. I haven't seen this. Asian Living. Huh. Okay, anime and samurai swords.
But also because of the logistics problems that the Russians.
Alright, this one's going on the other side of Grapevine. I believe it's called... Yeah, I gotta look this one up. It's a type of Asian food. So it came from Grapevine Mills Mall, and it's Kimi Sushi, or Kimu Sushi. I believe it's pronounced Kimu Sushi. That's funny back there. I just passed a tree house, but it had central heating. If I pass it again, I'll show you. It's pretty funny. Pretty funny. A tree house that had central heating. I wonder if it also has satellite. Well, it had like what it had was like one of those outdoor air conditioner things hooked up to the tree house. I don't know if you really call that central. I guess it is kind of central. I don't know if it was central heating per se, but it was probably like central air, you know, is what you could say. But it actually was just a tree house with one of those outdoor hey, look, a British flag. So if you look really hard, you can see the outdoor air conditioning unit hooked up to that tree house right there. See it? So that's like a tree house. It has a gate around it and everything. It's more almost like a log cabin on stilts. But yeah, there's a lot of shrubbery in front of it. You can only see it at one angle. Pretty cool looking one though. Vlog worthy for sure. Something to do with another place called what was the name? Southern Joel. So they use a different name. Pretty cool. So someone in the logistic department pretty much nailed it, because I just dropped off here, and the next drop off, which already picked up the food, if you look, there's Panda, and then also the Thirsty Lion, which went by a different name, which was, I think their virtual was called Southern Jewel, right there, next door. So I just dropped it there, and that's where the next one is. Pretty nice, pretty nice. You don't see a lot of these stop signs with a little blinking thing on top of it. I thought that was kind of cool. Well, we got pulled into Irving, and this will be a Panda. So I don't know. I may do a couple. I'll see. I'll see what happens. Bagel. It was a jalapeno bagel. It's pretty good. That's where all three of my children were born. Well, it looks like we've come full circle today. Well, that's Los Colinas Studios. They filmed JFK and RoboCop, certain scenes in there in the studios. They got a few studios there. Hollywood has a connection. This place right here. I've actually done some auditioned for a Willie Nelson movie called Ashes to Ashes. I met Willie Nelson, but not at the audition. I met him at Billy Bob. Back in the day. That's Dallas Communication Complex. one's known as Mai Tai and vegan. When I lived in Las Colinas, or actually I lived in Irving, sorry, we're near Las Colinas, but this is actually Irving. This building right here got hit by a tornado. I want to say maybe like 2017, maybe 2016. And we were just living right down the road from this building. We didn't live just a few blocks away, and that building got hit by a tornado. It's called the MacArthur Center too. Got hit by a twister. We were right over here this way on Walnut Hill Lane. Not very far from it at all. It's pretty scary. This looks really cool, some artwork. The road is, check on that for a minute. There's the actual artwork. It's being tossed out, but there's that cat again. Right off the corner of Rogers. And Scott Circle in Irving. Looking for some pretty cool artwork. Being tossed out tonight. You won't see this tomorrow, but you might try, I don't know, tomorrow and see if it's there. Okay, now McDonald's has two different types of burgers. They have one called the Crunchy Double, which is a double cheeseburger, 6 chicken McNuggets, and barbecue sauce. They also have a burger called Land, Air, and Sea. So this consists, of course, of the Big Mac, the McChicken, and the filet of fish. No joke. This is actually a real sign. And it's actually really McDonald's. This guy ahead of me, Special Forces, Navy SEAL. Maybe it's just the stickers. Thank you. You have a good day. Well, you can see Fort Worth on the horizon, and it's a nice sight. So, finish up the night. Vlog pretty much over. Y'all have a good night. So this morning, Linda did a little bit of research on some of these buildings that are in Fort Worth, and even Cowtown, which is Stockyards. But one of the things she found out was this U.S. Postal Office, which is still there, it's actually pretty much an antique, it's historic, is on a registry of endangered buildings. What that probably means is the building either doesn't have a lot of activity, it's endangered in the fact that it's actually historic. That's the post office. You can actually see postal trucks, so it's still used as a post office since 1933. Why it's endangered, maybe just because of the upkeep, or that it's just an older building that needs special attention. But it's been there since 1933. It's got a designer that's a Southern architect that's very famous, and there's a few other buildings too that's in the Stockyard area that's also on the endangered list. I guess it just means that it's a very unique, rare building, almost like an endangered species, but it's actually a building. I think that one went on the endangered registry list in 2014, I believe, if I remember correctly. But anyway, thought about maybe possibly vlogging it. I heard some rumors that it could be haunted. Now, there is a building this direction in Fort Worth that's called Thistle Hill. That one's actually haunted. I've been in it before. They did a haunted house in it one time, and it was haunted when when it was a haunted house. But Thistle Hill's another possible vlog too. It's a very beautiful, unique building that's over there off of Berry Street. You guys play Powerball, 65 million and 102 million. Well, I hope Russia and Ukraine, I hope they all get it figured out. This stuff, man. My goodness. 339, come on. Well, I guess vlog over. You have a good night.